Let's talk about what plugins you should be using within WordPress. Now, WordPress, I think, runs about 70% of the internet's websites. It's just huge. And you're probably using WordPress on your own website. There's quite a few plugins available for speed on WordPress, as you can imagine. Let me show you some of the ones that are the best ones, and I'll tell you which ones I actually use and which ones I recommend. Let's have a look. Okay, I've got the main ones loaded here, as you can see across the top. Let's start off with one of the best ones. It's the best, WP Rocket. Now, this is a premium plugin, so you can have a look at the pricings on here. And it's just the best because it's the simplest and easiest, and it gets the best results. Out of 100 sites that I've put this plugin on in the last 3 months alone, I found that it's the only plugin that I've needed in basically 98% of those cases. So it's one of the best, and it's worthwhile paying for it. You can pick up a copy of this is going to getus.at/WP-Rocket. What this plugin predominantly does is cache the site. Now, we haven't talked about caching yet. We're going to be talking about it in one of the current modules. But you can see that's one of its main functions, which is page caching. But it does a lot more. It cleans up your database, for example, as well, on a periodic basis, and you can set the timing. So this is the best. Make sure that if you've got a WordPress site, just load this. Okay, let's have a look at another one. I do use this quite a bit. It's free, and it's called Asset Cleanup. What this does is allows you to basically disable certain pieces of code on your site on certain specific pages, which is basically then allows your pages to speed up. It's not a simple tool to use, it's a bit more complicated. But it's free, but it's very good and very stable. Now, this is its sort of like big brother in a way, because it's a paid plugin, so it's actually a nicer functionality. It's better done. It's got a few more little tricks and tips and tricks under its sleeve, and it's actually overall a far better plugin than Asset Cleanup, but you have to pay for it. And these days I'm tending to use this plugin more than Asset Cleanup. And I encourage clients now to actually get it. And you can get this yourself directly at getus.at/perfmatters. This is a cute little plugin here, OMGF. And what it does is allows you to host Google Fonts locally. So instead of actually downloading the fonts from Google, which is a DNS lookup, which you'll learn about soon, and which is slow, you can actually store the fonts on your actual website, speeding things up. Now, there are other plugins that you can do this with, but if you just want to do this on its own, this is the best independent plugin. Let's have a look at NitroPack. I don't tend to use it. A lot of people do tend to use it. A few of my clients use it, but it's a whole package of different tools, and it's really good, but it's not one that I tend to use myself. The last one, W3 Total Cache, I used to use this like 5 or 6 years ago, before WP Rocket came out. Now, this is a little bit old hat, but it's still a very good tool, and it's still widely used on the internet, and it's free. So that gives you some good idea of some of the main plugins that you can use for speed. And you need to learn a few more things about like caching and so on. We'll talk about those in one of the upcoming modules.